Kirby's Dreamland 2 is a full Kirby game. I need that to get through to you, because you're gonna think I don't like the game, but trust me when I say that it's just a full game. There's a lot to talk about. I really don't want to use that much time. In comparison, Kirby's Dreamland 1 feels more like a downloaded demo version of what eventually is Kirby's Dreamland 2. So what I'm trying to say is that Kirby's Dreamland 2 has a lot to offer, and honestly, maybe too much.
Holy hell, what the heck was that? Dude, I'm literally fighting a ninja, I'm just a little guy.
The pros are that it's the first handheld Kirby game that feels like a true adventure. Kirby gets his most iconic ability, which is the copy ability, and is introduced to 3 rideable animal friends, which add a really interesting, nuanced gameplay experience that makes every level feel a little different depending on which friend you go in there with. Also, when you lose a friend, that feels so bad, but 'tis life. The boss battles are still just as creative and fun, if not more, than the original game, and they're challenging, and I like that. I don't think a game should hold my hand till the very end. Now this game doesn't really care about my feelings, and I could feel that.
Come on, stop please, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. Oh my god.
So what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of good here. Keep that in mind, because now I'm going to talk about the bad and the ugly. So the ugly is that there are 2 different ways to beat the game. There's the incomplete version and the complete version. And you might be asking yourself, why? So to some extent, I understand the reasoning behind this. Yes, there's a way to beat the game if you're just focused on getting through each level in a very casual way, like how you would play, say, Mario or something like that. And then there's the correct way to beat the game, which you can only unlock after you collect all of the rainbow drops. Don't worry, I'll talk about the rainbow drops in a second. And my argument here is that the game is a little bit more difficult than it needs to be for a handheld Kirby game. Yes, there are levels that are pretty easy and you can get through them, but the question is, are you getting through them the right way, or the way that the game wants you to? I was never not having fun, but I was close to not having fun a handful of times. But I have to say that the puzzle solving of each level and each boss battle isn't really the frustrating part of the game at all whatsoever. It's the damn rainbow drops, where 2 of them are so incredibly difficult to get that I spent an entire 2 streams trying to get 1 rainbow drop. And I streamed for like an hour and a half at a time.
I don't know if I have the health for this now, actually. That little Waddle Dee might have just screwed everything up. Because I need to... Okay, let's... That's heartbreaking.
But once you collect all of the rainbow drops from each world and you find yourself at King DDD's castle, the real boss battle commences. It's cool and scary.
Wow. Oh, sword. Oh my god, it's getting kind of dark. It's getting kind of... Wait, it's not over? What? I didn't know about this, he says, acting nonchalant.
And is the next step for Kirby's career. When you take a look at Kirby and his world, you will make a lot of assumptions based on it. But if you're a fan of the series and if you've played the games, you know there's a lot more than meets the eye. And I think in a way, Kirby's Dreamland 2 is a great example of exactly that. The final boss battle is genuinely something I was not expecting, and yet when I beat it, I felt so much joy in that moment.
Oh my god, Yes! Yes! Are you serious? Oh my god!
And I think it helped that I was on stream, but I would have felt that way regardless. It truly feels like you're defeating evil incarnate in this game. And I think that's just a really immersive experience and says a lot about the gameplay as well as the simple world building. And like I said, the Game Boy is pushed to its limits, both in a great way and a sometimes not as fun way. So, was beating the game the right way worth my time? No, probably not. But I can't deny that it was a good game that gave me hours of playtime. And I think, if anything, I'm just feeling pretty fortunate to be able to relive some of this Kirby history. I mean, I'm more of a fan now than I was before, and that comes from respecting its origin. But, like I said, playing on the Game Boy kinda sucks.